Watching cookie decorators use royal icing makes it look so easy, right? They always have a perfect outline, a flawless flood. That icing seems to flow from their piping bag with no lumps or bumps to be seen. But if you've tried it yourself, you may have quickly realized it's not as easy as it looks. The consistency, the drying time, the craters, air bubbles, it can be a lot. Today I am sharing my favorite royal icing alternative, and that is rolled buttercream. It is so easy to work with. If you can play with Play-Doh, then I'm sure you will be able to handle this. And the best part, it is delicious. It is soft and creamy and tastes wonderful. Hey there, I'm Ashley. I'm a cookie decorator, home bakery owner, and always up for anything creative. On this channel, you'll find tips, tools, and techniques to make cookie decorating easier. Whether you're perfecting recipes or launching your bakery, if you love cookies, creativity, and a little fun along the way, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's rolling out next. Throughout this video, I'll be walking you through step by step how to make rolled buttercream. But if you want the complete guide, I have a 60-page ebook that I put together. It is free, and I'll put the link down below if you want to check that out. It includes the recipe, information about shelf life, different decorating techniques. Be sure to look at that. The link will be down below. Today's video is extra special to me because I'll be mixing it up in my grandma's KitchenAid mixer. Yes, the same one she used to bake with for years. It was passed down to me, and it still works like a dream. It just goes to show you that KitchenAid mixers are built to last well beyond a lifetime. They're not just appliances, they're heirlooms, passed down from generation to generation, making them well worth the investment. Next, we're going to be adding in 3 tablespoons of corn syrup. Now, I know corn syrup is something that not everybody in the world has access to, and that is one of the things that is in my ebook guide for the rolled buttercream, is what to do about that situation. So I won't get into it here. You just want to mix the butter until it is creamed. You don't want to overmix it. You're not whipping a bunch of air into it. You just want to mix it so that there's no lumps and it is just creamy and smooth. Okay, so next we're going to be adding in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. This is my favorite vanilla that you see me use here in the video. If you're interested in anything I'm using today, that will all be linked below as well. But this is my favorite vanilla. It is so good. It is so affordable. You get so much for the price. But you don't have to use vanilla. You can use whatever extract or combination of extracts you would like. Now this is when I would normally add in some white gel food coloring just to make my icing that much more brighter and whiter. But the cookies that I am going to be using these on, I'm wanting a softer, more ivory white. And so this color that it comes out naturally is going to be just perfect. If you're like me, you forget to set out that butter or you just don't plan ahead of time. So no worries. My trick is to put the butter, I put it on a paper plate like you just saw, and I put it in the microwave on defrost mode and put in 0.1 for the weight, which is the lowest weight my microwave will go to. And then I turn it on for half the time, open it, flip the butter over usually, turn it back on, and when it's done, you have perfectly softened butter. It's not melted, doesn't splatter all over your microwave. Also, this frosting is a great alternative to fondant. There are so many people that love the look of fondant. It just gives a nice, clean, perfect frosted cookie appearance. But there are a lot of people that don't like the taste or texture of fondant. This is a perfect alternative. It is not, doesn't have like that chewy texture like fondant does. It's just super soft. Okay, we're going to add in a 2-pound bag of powdered sugar, but not all at the same time. We'll add in about half of it and mix it for a little bit. And then once it gets incorporated pretty good, then we'll start adding the other half of it. Now, unfortunately, this mixer does not have a splatter guard for this bowl, so it is a little bit of a mess. But it's okay. Just go slow. You can always add your powdered sugar just a little bit at a time if you want to try to avoid making a big mess, but I am not that patient. I am one that adds it all at once. Me doing it half and half is actually good. So when you're making this, you might get to this point and think, what in the world? There is no way that this stuff is going to come together and make a frosting. But keep mixing it. Make sure you scrape down into the bottom of your bowl and get all those wet ingredients lifted off the bowl so they can get mixed into the powdered sugar. And just keep mixing it. It will look sandy and like a crumbly mess, but trust me, it will come together and it will form together in a ball in your hand just like Play-Doh would. I'm just giving the bowl a final scrape down before I start it back up again. Now this is starting to stick together and I can pick it up in my hand and squeeze it together. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more of a mixing with the mixer, and then we'll be ready for the fun part, which is going to be coloring our icing. And when this is all done, it should pull away from the edges of the bowl, so you shouldn't have any stuck on your bowl. You can see it's starting to accumulate just around the beater, and that means it's pretty well done. It's sticking together just like it's supposed to. This is not going to be sticky when you grab it with your hands. It may leave like a slight residue on your hands just because of the butter in it, but it shouldn't be sticky at all. Make sure when you handle it to not have wet hands, or else you are going to end up with a sticky mess. If you are still here with me, guess what? You are ready to make some rolled buttercream. You're going to love it. I just know. If you make it, let me know down below. I would love to see how that goes for you. Also, if you're interested in chatting with other bakers or seeing what other people are doing with rolled buttercream, we do have a Facebook group that's only about rolled buttercream, and I will leave that link down below as your formal invitation. Thank you for watching.